my people, a lot is really going on in the political zone. Another video is finally out. Another video of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is finally out. Tinubu is on the run right now. Since when they conducted the election, Tinubu have been bullying the judiciary. We've never seen a situation where the president of the federation is bullying the judiciary, is bullying them in the tribunal. So Tinubu have been bullying the tribunal and even the justice in the tribunal, and the judges that are supposed to make the ruling of Obi's case and Tinubu and Atiku, they are resigning at the moment. It is not a single choice. Many judges are resigning in the tribunal due to the bullying and all of that. But when Tinubu made the statement that there will be anarchy if he's being removed as the president of Nigeria, that there will be anarchy in the whole country, people that are greater than Tinubu are finally stood up. They are all against Tinubu now. Tinubu is on the run because they are finally come for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A video have finally circulated on our internet. I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share it. Let it go viral. If you can share it, like it, give it a thumb up so that YouTube will recommend it for us. So we can stay connected. Coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you that are new to this channel, ensure you click the red subscription button on your video screen and do well to click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in first time, YouTube will easily let it know. Still on what is happening in the political zone, I've been giving you back-to-back updates regarding what has been happening in the political zone since when they conducted the election on the 25th of February. So something happened today. I would like you guys to stay connected to the end of this video. A lot is happening, but something tragic happened today, and I would like you guys to share this video. If you can share it, share to different social media platforms, and if you can share it, just like it, give it a thumb up so that YouTube will recommend it for us. They want to use INEC chairman Yakubu as a scapegoat, but Tinubu is trying to stop it because he knows that if Yakubu is being used as a scapegoat, it will affect him too, because Yakubu will expose everything that happened in course of the election and how Tinubu saw the figures that he was used to pronounce as the president-elect and later the president of Nigeria. So Tinubu is trying to stop everything. That is why Obi went to the tribunal trying to reclaim his mandate. The tribunal asked for 50 evidences from Obi. He provided the 50, but was able to tender 13 due to time, because according to Obi's lawyer, he said Tinubu and INEC lawyers slowed down the occasion for him. So Obi was able to tender 30 evidences. They finished tendering their evidences in the tribunal, but it didn't stop there. Tinubu had been bullying the judiciary, the judges that want to sit and make the ruling regarding Obi, Atiku and Tinubu's case, plus INEC case. The judges that want to make the ruling, Tinubu have been threatening them right from day one. Now, something tragic is happening. Many of the judges are trying to resign now. The judges in the tribunal are trying to resign because we've never seen a country where the executive arm of government is threatening the judiciary arm of government. Tinubu, the city president of Nigeria, is threatening the judiciary, and the more he's threatening them, fear begins to grasp the mind of the judges, because they know that if they should make early ruling against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, many of them are afraid of their life. They are scared, so they don't want to make what will affect their life. So they are now resigning. So this is slowing down the tribunal judgment. After the election, the European Union observer, they observed Nigeria election and they give INEC F9. They said INEC failed Nigerians totally. Even the European Union observers said it, and even the domestic observers, even the local observers, they said the same thing too. They said INEC failed Nigeria totally. Even common Nigerians say the same thing. It is very obvious that with the bullying, with the voters intimidation, with this voter suppression, with the shenanigans behavior, with talks intimidating people in different polling units, telling them to vote for APC, with everything, the underage voting, everything happened in the course of the election, and the promise that INEC chairman made in Chatham House that the electoral results will be transmitted into iReporter and everybody will be saying it, everything went wrong. Nothing is being done, and yet INEC announced Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. So they saw all these things. That is why they said that INEC have lost their integrity as far as Nigeria is concerned. So the tribunal is trying to make INEC a scapegoat, but Tinubu are be threatening them. The last sentence that Tinubu sent out to the tribunal is that if they should make a ruling that affects him, there will be anarchy in Nigeria. There will be trouble. You know the meaning of anarchy. You know what anarchy is all about. There won't be peace in the country. And you know, Tinubu, I forget that he signed a peace accord before the 2023 election. Now, he's not threatening the judiciary, but the judges are now resigning. But with the last statement of Bola Ahmed Tinubu regarding the anarchy thing and all of that, they've already checkmate the sentence. People that are higher than Tinubu in this country have already checkmate the sentence, and they have rise up to fight for the right of Nigerian citizens. They are not fighting for the right of Atiku. They are not fighting for the right of Peter Obi. They are fighting for the right of Nigerian citizens. So Tinubu is in total panic now because he knows that these people are already coming for him. I will show you the video of where everything is being said in this video. Don't be in a hurry. I would like you to follow the video down to see everything that is happening. Everything was splitted down and broken down. You will see what they said in course of this video. Tinubu is in total trouble at the moment. Even Shetima himself that went for 2 political posts, vice president and senate president, that one too is having issue. Even Tinubu himself with dual citizenship and with the drug thing that happened in Chicago back then and everything, and the certificate forgery and everything. INEC saw everything, but INEC chairman did as if he didn't see all these things. He pretended as if he did scan his presidential candidates well before the election. So you will see everything that is going on. It should not be like as if I'm the one that is saying everything. We'll stay connected. I'll come back again.
Because news don't come out say no be only that very justice will go. Now be the person where we say then they talk about resignation. They know they talk say now 2 presidential tribunal justice now then they pressure to resign. And I want make you know even before we enter into that very matter say wherever you see smoke now be say fire day inside there. Now so INEC tell us when we start say transmission say they counter am say na fake news. Now so dem talk finish, but last wetin happen? We see say na real gbege, na real shege na dem set out for Nigerians. So we no go just discard this one. If Justice Ugo no wan comot talk because im dey alive, im get Twitter handle, im get press statement and the people wey be say dem dey write everything for am wey go respond. If im no respond, we go still use one eye dey look, then go keep our ears open and then talk say our eyes dey on judiciary. No distraction for us. From that very one we go enter wetin our people dey talk for different platforms and wetin dey happen inside Twitter and as other things dey happen. Even this Lawal case don begin come back because as the man come there for Senate now, nobody know how e take happen. Na only am talk say na Supreme Court na im give am, and then we hear say the same Supreme Court wey give am that kind judgment na Supreme Court wey we dey go meet, and fears don begin dey come. But we know say our own His Excellency Peter Obi say im get trust for where dem dey. Maybe no be as dem take do that one na im go take do our own. All that one dey come. Even that rumor wey dem dey talk say dem discuss with Chief Justice of Nigeria, then all those ones dey bring all of those things come na back to back. And people wey be say dem dey with me for studio to discuss all of this. Angel there and Esther follow me there for studio.
Yes, so fellow obedient, my well-meaning Nigerians, my fabulous obedient worldwide, welcome on board. No smoke without fire. All eyes on judiciary. Make una open una eyes wide. Make we know where this rumor dey come from. Make we know say in every nonsense there is a sense. Whether they wan use this resign, delay our matter, delay our mandate. Make we put eye for wetin dey happen. Make we put ear for ground. You know say obedient always one step ahead.
Because now the news don enter say no be only justice we go get another justice, and as we dey talk no be say dem dey talk say whether confirmation, but this one na from Vanguard newspaper. As dem take put am for there, they say the non-governmental organization NGO Face of Waziri Nigeria wey dem call am say strong indications have emerged of frantic efforts to frustrate at least 2 of the justices at Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to resign in order to make mess of the judicial panel. The group's Director General, when they call Comrade Buki Adeniyi, now he talk this one for Lagos. And then he talk say, given the existing legal proviso which necessitates a replacement and retrieval in case the justice resign and consequently translate to buying time beyond that stipulated by the Supreme Court, is a ploy to make the case start to bad, that is start to bad and of no effect. Meaning say, if they come out somebody from there now be say case done yakata. Then come talk say there is surreptitious move by the President Bola Tinubu as they take talk to make the justices resign, which is targeted at ensuring the time frame of 180 days elapses before the case is concluded by the panel. According to Adeniyi, he said the justice has not resigned at the moment, but we have it on good authority that Mr. Tinubu and his team are seriously working hard to threaten and frustrate one or two of them to resign so that the panel will be bereft of jurisdiction at this stage. This will lead to the replacement and retrieval de novo, in which case it will be statute bars once outside the 180 days stipulated by the Constitution, and attendant of which ends the matter because Supreme Court cannot extend the time. Now so this Adeniyi take talk. This transcript, now wetin happen on June 19. Whether they don't forget, we know they forget. We will go back to wetin happen that very time. We will carry and come back. Now, at that very time, the PDP, at the end of the process, you took the result to your ward collation center. Witness said, yes, I did. This very one, no be this thing na cross-examination. No be PDP, they cross-examine. Now, Mahmoud of INEC. So, now INEC, now be the person who be say they do this cross-examination. So, they said, at the end of the process, you took the result to your ward collation center. Now, so INEC asks. Witness talk say, yes, I did. Now, INEC say in paragraph 9H of your statement, you said you have a snapshot of the NAS result. The witness said yes. INEC continued. They said, you also did same for the presidential election. Now question the INEC, they ask that very witness. The witness talk say yes. Now make una see that place where we circle on red. INEC Mahmoud asks, when you said electronically transmitted to collation system and IREF successfully, you are referring to successful transfer of the NAS election, and the witness said yes. Now make we hold on there. This very INEC lawyer, now they ask the presiding officer of that very as a witness who is standing before the court. And the question, they say, you said you electronically transmitted to a collation system and IREF successfully. You are referring to successful transfer to the NAS election. Now, then they talk about the one of National Assembly. So, it means say electronic, I just want to make our people know say INEC get electronic system where we say they work on that very day, and they electronically transferred or transmitted the result from the polling units. Yes, but the one when they talk here now the one of NAS. So when they come back for that their final written address, they talk say they not do electronic transmission or transfer. Then talk say na collation, na manual collation. Then don't lie to themselves and they lie for inside court. So make these judges they note these things down, because now from their own presiding officer we hear say they do electronic transmission. As you know, that one where they dem transfer even a day to the election. Mahmood Yakubu wey be the INEC chairman comot say dem no go do collation electronic wey be say dem go show result but dem go show for IREF. But that one wey dem talk say make people for no manipulate the result if you go in, dem still do that one, transfer the electronically, but that one no dey show to us. So when they talk say dem don truncate the manual, the electronic say na only manual dem do, na big lies na dem bring come. With that very one, I wan make we begin dey move to our very own P2B's final written address. But before we enter that very one, I wan hear one man wey be say he talk something wey be say I wan share am with our people. And that very thing wey he talk say the integrity of INEC na im be the major thing. No be only about integrity. Make I no carry im mouth talk am. Make we hear as im talk am for Arise News.
I think first, every election will have logistic shortcomings because of project management capabilities that we don't have in this country or don't have enough capacity. But the real thing that INEC always skips is the integrity failure. That's the critical thing. Look, people were not going to break their head. People were not going to go to court. Have you seen? Look at the electoral cases. Look at the cases in court. None of them is about voting started 30 minutes after schedule. Nobody really goes to court to challenge, logistic failures. When you go to court is the votes was 40 for A, 80 for B. INEC and the officials changed it and put, that's what you're going to hear. The key thing INEC is not addressing integrity failure. For example, the act says you have the power to disqualify. Why will you allow somebody who has fake certificate to process? You have all the time. You are doing consultation, meeting with the road transport union. Why not first do that? If you look at the US, anywhere in the world, you file your intention to contest election. The regulator use that intention to do a probe, tell the public. And when people say this person has no qualification or didn't do that, the regulator excludes you. Now, INEC will play dead brain for the whole place with people who are not qualified, fake results everywhere, fake certificate. Then after election, they start meeting with road transport workers. Look, the key missing thing in this election was failure of integrity that was either deliberate or based on ignorance. In 2019, in this Arise, we debated it and say INEC is more of a regulator. You cannot do election where you now outsource every of these crises to the courts. You have simple things you can establish. Who is qualified to run? That's the beginning. Who has the papers to run? Who has made wrong entry? Who has not filed his papers within the time allowed? Those things are strict liability. You exclude them, election continues. So INEC bungles everything deliberately and then start a showboating. Meet with those transport workers, meet with garri sellers, meet with newspaper printers. That's not the job. The real thing that is at stake in this election is integrity. And integrity is critical to economic development, to democracy. You cannot surrender the regulatory power of the state in order to allow few individuals access power and achieve their political ambition. The country, at a moment like this, we need clarity. And that's why the courts now have to step in to second-guess INEC, disregard INEC's error, and restate back the integrity of rules, and restate back the constitutional requirement for qualifications and for declarations and for every writing across all the tribunals. We have to save this country. That's what they call the theory of decay. So the Diamond of Columbia wrote about it. It's like a slippery slope. A country begins to go down because the elites overlook critical moral failures. That moral clarity is what we need at this point. To say, look, the republic is more important than anybody's political interest. And if we don't do that, we're going to see the rise of criminal networks. You see judges disappear on the streets. You see now they are trying to force judges to resign in order to create stalemate. We are getting to a dangerous direction, and we need the people to support the court to stand up and save the republic.
And waiting when they talk about the elites, now what they say, you hear something and you see something and you close your mouth. It's not supposed to be like this. That INEC integrity, everything where INEC do, where they wrong, they need to start talking about it. See, the way we look at it, even from the electoral side of it, by now we should have a commission or set up a committee to probe INEC chairman. By now we should have somebody who looked at the law that says 3-year jail term is awaiting somebody who did something that is wrong in an election. This very flawed that even international observers, ECOWAS, everybody said integrity is a question. I want to start with that sentence because I want to take on for different pages where we say we mark, make we for discuss wetin happen there. If we start for this one, we say there for the page 10 for that final written address. They start with a sentence in the second and third respondents' address alarm the petitioners and millions of Nigerians. The second and third respondent went too low and abandoned discretion when they claimed as follows. Our submission is that the petitioners are inviting anarchy by their ventilation of this issue of non-transmission of results electronically by INEC. This is a cheap, misguided, and destructive blackmail, clearly intended to target the country's judicial and the constitutionalism. It also aims at cannibalizing our democracy. It will also raise the issue of insecurity if the petitioners emulate the bad example of the second and third respondent. However, that will never happen. When has it become offensive for petitioners to canvass a ground prescribed for the challenge of an election in section 134(1)B of the Electoral Act 2022? It's a question. Desperation taken too far can be extremely dangerous. Let the second and third respondent, which is Tinubu and Shetima, know that where the rule of law is trampled upon or truncated, anarchy reigns supreme. Now, the word wey be say our people give them for that very place, we'll digest them another time, but make we see wetin dem talk for the next page wey be say we don cycle, because for here wetin dem dey talk about now na about that wey be say Tinubu and Shetima dey talk about the chaos and anarchy wey dem talk say e go happen, but as we talk, heavens no go fall, and even if the truth is upheld, heaven will be intact. Then this very particular one for page 11, they said, by the provisions of section 65 of the Electoral Act, it is clearly provided that the presiding officer shall transfer the results, including total number of accredited voters, and the result of the ballot in a manner as prescribed by the commission. When I see say them put am for bold, that very quote. Now, it is submitted by section 66 of the Electoral Act, a contravention of the duties incumbent in the presiding officer, as mandated by section 60 of the Act, is punishable upon conviction with a fine or imprisonment. It is further submitted by the panel nature of the duties under section 60 subsection 5 of the Act, the requirement for the presiding officer to transfer the result in a manner prescribed by the commission connotes that the clear intention of the lawmaker is that any non-compliance with the subsection will attract serious consequences. Serious consequences. Now so then take talk. Now, Angie, I know say your man they do muimu.
This INEC and their wahala, their integrity is already on the mud. No be say go come. I even applaud you for even giving. If their mind never dey there, make their mind dey now. Make they raise that committee, because you see that INEC chairman, he must be used as an example. Yes, they go use him as scapegoat, so that anybody when they make INEC chairman next time, he go know say it's no longer business as usual. Because every time when they talk, it be like say Nigerians no get sense again. Now they can't get sense. He go Chatham House, he talk say na real time, he talk say na transmit, then he come reach court say na manual. Who dey deceive who now? Abeg make dem no make me vex, because everybody no be fool for Nigeria.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what is being said by the Obidate family in course of this video. The Hope Alive TV, you can hear what they said in course of this video. They read everything out. What Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to do now is to ensure that INEC chairman is not penalized and prosecuted for all the things that was done in course of the election, because it favors them. Tinubu knows that anything that affect INEC affect him too. Anything that shake the leg of Mama Yakubu will also shake his leg in that presidency. So Tinubu have been trying everything possible. When notice that the judicial process is already leaking out a lot of things about him, and they're really digging into what happened, what transpired in course of the election, and he noticed that INEC chairman is already been exposed gradually. You know, they be asking INEC critical questions in the tribunal. So INEC knows that they're already in trouble. Likewise, Tinubu knows that they're already in trouble, that INEC is in trouble. That is why Tinubu is doing everything possible just to ensure that he shut the mouth of the judges in the tribunal, just to ensure that he scatter all the tribunal processes and all of that. So he said the tribunal should make any ruling that is against him. There will be anarchy in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians have come out. A lot of small Nigerians and great Nigerians, big people with big names and people that do not even have names. A lot of them have come and they said if the judge will make ruling against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, nothing will happen. The heaven will not fall. We are in this Nigeria. They say that they want to prove to Bola Ahmed Tinubu that nobody owns Nigeria. Nigeria is not owned by anybody. We are all citizens and we have equal rights as far as this country is concerned. That was what they said regarding what is happening in the tribunal right now. Many of the judges are resigning due to the bullying and everything, and a lot are still even intending to resign at the moment. And this thing must not elapse 180 days. This tribunal process must not pass 180 days, because if you pass it, everything will be like water. There will be no justice again. Everything will just be scattered. That is just the point. So whatever Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing now, he have a reason for doing it. Now Tinubu came out some hours ago and he made a public address. He said Nigerians should bear with him, that this suffering is just a small suffering that they need to endure just for things to be right in Nigeria. I call the suffering going on in Nigeria a small suffering. For them to be sending fuel at the rate of 700 naira in many fuel stations, and even in some states in Nigeria, fuel is now 1,000 naira. So it's called this thing is mere suffering. I could remember when they were sending fuel at 90 naira rate. Now that 90 naira have turned to 1,000 naira in some places and 700 naira in some places. The least price you will see fuel in different places now is 670 naira. What is happening in Nigeria? And the president of Nigeria, the city president, is calling it a small suffering. Why? Because he's not feeling it. He's not feeling the pain of the people, because he believes that he himself is not going to fuel station to kill, and he himself is not going to fuel station to feel the pain of the people. You know, he have fuel allowance because he have increased the salaries of the politicians before he start all these things. He increased the salaries of the politicians by 110% so that they won't feel the pain of the people, and he increased the salary of the judicials, the judiciary people, the judges, the lawyer, increased their salary just to entice them so that they won't have anything to rule out in the tribunal. You know, Tinubu knows what he's doing, so he called this suffering for Nigeria a small suffering, where you cannot buy a rubber of rice for 500 naira again. The rubber of rice is now exceeding 1.5. Things have inflated. There is a high in price of commodity, and the people that cannot afford 3 square meals before, what do you expect them to eat? People in 10,000 naira salary, they can't even spend it for up to 1 week. A single person is not even men with families and all of that. So things are already going wrong in this country. So, and this thing, according to the report, it will promote a high level of criminality as far as Nigeria is concerned. So what do you guys think? School fees is hiking up. People that are paying 19,000 naira in Unilab before, they are now paying 100,000 naira school fees, and some that are studying medicine and all of that are now paying 190,000 naira from 19,000 naira school fees. You know, things are already going wrong in this country because Tinubu failed to fund the federal universities again. He said they should be funding themselves, and there's no how the federal university can fund themselves without hiking up the tuition fee of the institution. So a lot of people are dropping out. A lot of things is going wrong in the country already, and yet the city president is saying that it is a small suffering. Drop your opinion in the comment section of this video. As again, and get another for you. A lot of people are saying they are missing Buhari at the moment, while some are saying that whatever that is happening in the Tinubu regime now, Buhari is the architecture of everything. And why some are calling out for Obi now, people that voted for Tinubu in course of the election, they're already shouting now. They said they want Obi to come and rescue them now because they thought that Obi was a pretender. That was what they were saying in course of the election. They said the devil we know now is better than the angel that we did not know, and now the devil they know is already showing that the devil is out of him. So they're shouting because they've seen that the suffering is placed to power too. You can see the videos circulated online where Ikeja Computer Village was flooded with pedestrians. People were trekking in Ikeja Computer Village. The road was filled with multitude trekking because they can't afford the fuel, this thing, they can't afford the transport again. Why? Because things are already going wrong in the country. Ikeja that used to fill up with hold up and all of that. Drop a in the comment section of this video that I'm gonna do that trend for you. Make sure you follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. See you again.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, he pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.